Hello everyone, welcome to the Biology Funda. In today's video, we are going to learn about animal kingdom. We will focus on the classification of animal kingdom and the basis of classification on which the different phylums are categorized. Now, if we observe our surrounding, we will find different types of animal and each of them will have unique features and form. Due to the presence of millions of animal species around us, we need a classification. Why a classification is required? Because it will help us to assign systematic position to the species. Now, if you have studied in your previous classes or the earlier chapter, that is the living world, you must have studied the taxonomical hierarchy, which consists of different levels where organism is being classified. It starts with kingdom, which is the topmost hierarchy level, and under that comes phylum or division. If it is animal kingdom, they have phylum. If it is plant kingdom, they have division. Next is class, then order, family, genus, and finally species. As we go from kingdom to species, the specificity of the organism increases. Like the organism will have more specific characters. Kingdom will have general character, species will have specific characters. So, under Kingdom Animalia, we will learn first the phylums, the names of the phylum, and then we will learn basis of classification under which the phylums are being categorized. So, under Kingdom Animalia, we have 10 plus 1 phylum. So, why do you think I have mentioned 10 plus 1 and not 11? Let me tell you before that, first, let me mention you the phylums of the Kingdom Animalia. The first phylum is Porifera, second is Coelenterata or Cnidaria, third is Ctenophora, fourth is Platyhelminthes, fifth is Eschyhelminthes, sixth is Annelida, seventh is Arthropoda, eighth is Mollusca, ninth is Echinodermata, 10th is Hemichordata, and last 11th phylum is Chordata. Now, from Porifera to Hemichordata, all these 10 phylums are non-chordates. That's why I have mentioned 10 plus 1. So, non-chordates are 10, chordates, we have only one phylum. As we go from Porifera to Chordata, the complexity level increases. Now, how to remember this phylum? We have a mnemonic that is PC2 PA3 MEH plus C. PA PC2 PA3 Me plus C. So you have to remember the first letter of the phylum. There is another mnemonic which is a statement which says that principle called to, since the for Ctenophora it is C is silent, principal called to punish Amar Akbar Anthony for misbehaving in history class. Here in is EN, not IN. So the mnemonic is a statement which says principal called to punish Amar Akbar Anthony for misbehaving in history class. You will remember Amar Akbar Anthony with the film, and this is a very funny yet memorable statement. Or you can also remember this mnemonic which I have mentioned on screen. So let us learn about the basis of classification. Animal exhibit different structures and form, but some fundamental characteristics are found among them. Now, these fundamental characteristics include cell arrangement, body symmetry, nature of coelom, pattern of digestion, circulation, or reproductive system. The shared fundamental feature forms the basis of animal classification. So here we have six bases of classification. First is levels of organization, second is symmetry, third is germs layer, fourth is coelom, fifth is segmentation, and lastly we have notochord. Let us learn about each basis of classification in detail. First is levels of organization. In levels of organization, we know that all members of Kingdom Animalia are multicellular. That means they are made up of many type of cells. Yet, all of them do not exhibit the same pattern of cell organization. There are four levels of organization: cellular, tissue, organ, and organ system. Under cellular level of organization, the cells are arranged as loose cell aggregate. Now, if even though the cells are loose aggregate, they will perform the specific function. All cells will exhibit division of labor. That is, all cell will have a specific function. This is seen in phylum Porifera. Next is tissue. Under tissue level of organization, the cells are grouped into tissue and perform the same function. Coelenterata and Ctenophora are the phylums having the tissue level of organization. Here, they will not have organ or organ system. Third is organ level of organization. In organ level of organization, the tissues are grouped together to form organs which are specialized to form a particular function. This type of level of organization is seen in phylum Platyhelminthes. And lastly, we have organ system. Here, the organs are associated to form functional system. Each system is associated with a special physiological function, and from phylum Eschyhelminthes to Chordata exhibit organ system level of organization. Now here, Porifera exhibit division of labor. That means each cell will have specific function. Next is first phylum having tissue level of organization is Coelenterata. First phylum having organ level of organization is Platyhelminthes. And first phylum having organ system level of organization is Eschyhelminthes. Organ system exhibit various patterns of complexity in different groups of animals. The organ system that we will further learn is digestive system. We have two types of digestive system: incomplete and complete digestive system. In incomplete digestive system, it has a single opening to the outside of the body which serve as both mouth as well as anus. This type of digestive system is seen in Platyhelminthes. Next is complete digestive system. Here there are two openings. That means there is one opening for mouth and one opening for the anus. Such type of digestive system is seen in from Eschyhelminthes to Chordata. Now, you must have observed that phylum Porifera, Coelenterata, and Ctenophora will not exhibit digestive system because they do not have a organ system. Their level of organization is restricted to cellular and tissue level of organization. Next is circulatory system. We have two types of circulatory system, open and closed. In open type of circulatory system, the blood is pumped out of the heart. The cells and tissue are directly bathed in the blood. Such type of circulatory system is seen in most of the arthropods. In closed circulatory system, the blood is circulated through a series of vessels like arteries, veins, and capillaries. This vessel will have different diameter. Such types of circulatory system is seen in chordata. Next level of organization is symmetry. This you must have studied in your lower classes in the math subject. Here, you take an object and divide the object into two equal halves. When two equal halves can be seen when divided, it is called as symmetrical. Like you can see the crab and also the nidaria. Based on the symmetry, organism can be called as asymmetrical, radial, and bilateral. Asymmetrical means you take any plane that passes through the center, but it will not divide the organism into equal half. This kind of symmetry is seen in Porifera. Next is radial. Here, when you divide the organism in any plane passing through its central axis of the body, you will find two equal or identical halves. Here, there are two equal halves and many planes. Such kind of symmetry is seen in phylum Coelenterata and Ctenophora. Lastly, we have bilateral symmetry. Here, body can be divided into identical two halves, that is left and right, through only one plane. Such kind of symmetry is seen from phylum Platyhelminthes to Chordata. So bilateral is two equal halves but only one plane. Asymmetrical means no symmetry. Radial means many planes and two equal halves. And bilateral means two equal halves but only one plane. You can see the examples on the screen. Now there is an exception seen in one phylum. In phylum Echinodermata, when they are in the larval stage, they exhibit bilateral symmetry. That means the body can be divided into two identical halves through only one plane. But when they are in the adult stage, they show radial symmetry. That means from any plane, the body can be divided into two equal halves. So this is an exception that you have to remember. Third level of organization is germ layers. Now what are germ layers? Germ layers are those layers that are seen in the embryonic stage and they further form tissue in adult stage. Now there are three types of germ layer. First is ectoderm, which is an external layer. Second is mesoderm, which is a middle layer. And lastly, we have endoderm, that is the internal layer. Now, in case of human, the ectoderm, that is the external layer, will form skin or epidermis, that is the outer layer of our body. Mesoderm will form connecting tissue like blood, then muscles, skeleton, and also some organs like kidney and reproductive organs. Endoderm will form organs like pancreas, liver, thyroid. It also forms lining of the digestive system. Now, based on the germ layer, organism can be considered as diploplastic or triploplastic. Now, let us see the triploplastic first. Here, you will find all the three layers, that is ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. These kind of germ layers are found in from platyhelminthes to chordata. So you will find all the three layers, and such organisms are called as diploplastic since three germ layers are seen. Diploplastic means diplo, the word D says the two. So here you will find only two layers, that is ectoderm and endoderm. Mesoderm is absent. Instead of mesoderm, there is mesoglia which will perform the function of mesoderm. Such germ layers are found in phylum Coelenterata and Ctenophora. Now, not lastly, this is the fourth one. We have zero. Now, if we have noticed the picture, there are three germ layers. Can you find out the mesoderm? The red one is the mesoderm. So in some organism, you will find body cavity, which is lined by the mesoderm. That body cavity is known as coelom, which is present between the body wall and gut wall. Now, based on the coelom, organism can be called as coelomate, pseudocoelomate, and acoelomate. Now, can you see the first picture, coelomate? Here, mesoderm has a white colored cavity, which is known as coelom. So, when you find cavity in the mesoderm, such organisms are considered to be coelomate. Example is from phylum Annelida to Chordata. Next is pseudocoelomate. Here, the animals in which mesoderm does not line the body cavity and it is present between ectoderm and endoderm as scatter pouches. Can you see the pouches? They are called as pseudocoelom. This kind of pseudocoelom is found in phylum Eschyhelminthes. And lastly, we have acoelomate. That means the body cavity is not found in the mesoderm. Example, platyhelminthes. Now, why do you think I have not mentioned phylum Porifera, Coelenterata, and Ctenophora? If you have observed earlier level of organization, that is germ layer, I mentioned you that Coelenterata and Ctenophora are diploplastic because the mesoderm layer is absent. They have only two layers, and instead of mesoderm they have mesoglia. So since the mesoderm is absent, the body cavity is obviously absent. So here Coelenterata and Ctenophora are not classified under this coelomate, pseudocoelomate, and acoelomate. Then we have Porifera. You will not find any germ layers as such in the Porifera. Next is segmentation. This is the fifth level of organization. Now, some organism will have a body which is externally and internally divided into segments. These segments are like a series of repetition of at least some organs. This kind of segmentation is seen in phylum Annelida, arthropoda and chordata. In humans being, you can see rib cage, they are like segments, right? Because there is repetition. In case of earthworm, you can clearly see the segment outside their body. Those kind of segment forms metameric segmentations. The segmentation is called as metameric segmentation and the phenomena is called as metamerism. Lastly, we have notochord. Now, what is notochord? This is derived from mesoderm and it is a rod-like structure which is formed on the dorsal side of the organism and it is found during the embryonic development or the life stage. There are some organisms which has notochord. So animal with notochords are called as chordates and animal without notochord are called as non-chordate. The name itself tell you that chordates have notochord and non-chordate, that is from phylum Porifera to Echinodermata, they lack notochord. Chordates are also referred as vertebrate. Why? Because this notochord then forms vertebral column in the adult stage. So, chordates are called as vertebrate and non-chordates are referred as invertebrates. In case of phylum Hemichordata, they have stomochord instead of notochord. This is the summary of the entire video. It has level of organization, symmetry, silo, and the different phylum exhibiting these levels. That's the end of the video. I hope you liked the video. Hit the like button, share with your friends, and do not forget to subscribe our channel. Also, we are there on the Instagram. The name of the page is the Biology Funda. The link of the Instagram page is in the description and also in our YouTube channel profile. Thank you so much. Dev Barakuru.